Chosen ones, have you ever wondered why, despite your best efforts, you often find yourself isolated, without close friends or meaningful relationships? You might have questioned whether something is wrong with you, or why the connections you crave feel so distant. You see others forming friendships and relationships with ease, yet for you, it feels as though there's an invisible barrier that keeps people at arm's length. But let me tell you this: your isolation is not a curse. It is a profound part of your spiritual journey. This is not an accident, nor is it a sign that you are destined for loneliness forever. In fact, your solitude has a higher purpose. In today's video, we will explore the reasons why chosen ones often walk a path of solitude. It's not about being rejected by the world, but about the universe protecting and preparing you for something far greater. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why you feel alone, but also how this loneliness is a vital tool for your spiritual evolution and self-discovery. You'll see that your solitude is not just a phase, but a sacred part of your journey. So let's dive into the 7 profound reasons why chosen ones often find themselves alone. Reason 1. Your light exposes darkness. Chosen ones, your light is not like everyone else's. It is bright, pure, and cuts through the darkness. This is why many people around you feel uncomfortable. Without you even saying a word, your presence exposes the parts of them they try to hide, their insecurities, fears, and unresolved issues. Imagine walking into a room where everyone is hiding under a veil of falsehood, pretending to be someone they're not. The moment you step in, it's like turning on a bright light in a dark room. People can no longer hide in the shadows. They become aware of their own shortcomings, and rather than facing them, they choose to retreat. This makes it hard for them to stay close to you. It's not personal, it's spiritual. You're not rejected because of your flaws, but because your light forces them to confront parts of themselves they would rather ignore. This phenomenon often manifests in relationships too. The deeper the connection, the more exposed someone feels in your presence. Your energy naturally brings out both the best and the worst in people. For those who are ready to grow, your light is a blessing that challenges them to evolve. But for those still clinging to their shadows, your light becomes unbearable. It's important to understand that when people distance themselves, it's not a rejection of you, but rather a retreat from the reflection of their own inner darkness. In relationships, this truth becomes even more profound. When you are connected to someone on an intimate level, your light challenges them at the core. Some will rise to meet the challenge, but others will flee, preferring the comfort of their shadows. And while this can feel like rejection, it's actually a powerful indication of your purity. The truth is, the brighter your light, the fewer people can stand close to you. Your presence alone can be like a mirror, forcing people to confront their unresolved issues. Not everyone is ready for that kind of honesty, which is why they pull away. So, instead of chasing after connections, recognize that your light is a filter. Only those who are ready to grow will stay. This isolation is not a punishment, it is protection. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into how this solitude is preparing you for something greater. Reason 2. People drain your energy. Have you ever noticed how drained you feel after interacting with certain people? Chosen ones, your energy is unique and powerful. It's high in frequency, and others are naturally drawn to it. But here's the challenge. Not everyone can reciprocate that energy. Some people unconsciously take from you without giving back, leaving you feeling exhausted and depleted. This is why many of you find it difficult to maintain relationships or friendships. You attract people, but not all of them are equipped to handle the power you radiate. Think of your energy like a precious resource, one that is limited and must be guarded carefully. When you engage with others, especially those who vibrate on a lower frequency, they are drawn to your light like moths to a flame. But instead of nurturing or contributing to that light, they take from it, often unknowingly. These interactions can leave you feeling emotionally and spiritually drained, like a battery that's been depleted without being recharged. Over time, this constant energy drain can take a toll on your well-being. You might notice yourself feeling more tired, more irritable, or even disconnected from your own sense of peace. This is especially true in relationships where energy imbalances are more common. You give and give, yet the other person may not have the capacity to offer the same level of emotional and spiritual reciprocity. This isn't about them being bad people, it's about a mismatch in energy. This is why, as chosen ones, you often find yourself alone. It's not that you don't want relationships, it's that maintaining relationships that drain you isn't sustainable. It's like watering a plant that never grows. You realize that your peace and your energy are sacred, and not everyone is entitled to it. So, over time, you become more selective about who you allow into your space. You may start with a wide circle of friends, but as you grow, that circle shrinks, leaving only those who truly value and respect your energy. And remember, this is not a bad thing. Solitude, in this case, is a gift. It protects you from energy vampires, people who take without giving. And while it may feel lonely at times, this phase is crucial for your spiritual evolution. It's a process of purification, where you keep by your side only those who contribute positively to your journey. As you refine your inner circle, you'll find that your relationships, though fewer, are far more meaningful. Reason 3. Few can match your depth. As a chosen one, you possess emotional and spiritual depth that many simply cannot match. This depth allows you to perceive life differently. While others focus on the surface, you dive deep, searching for meaning, truth, and growth. This makes it hard to find people who truly resonate with you. While others are content with surface-level interactions, you crave something deeper, conversations that touch the soul, relationships that challenge you to grow, and connections that feed your spirit. It's like being in a world where everyone speaks a different language. You are speaking from the heart, expressing truths that are profound and transformative, but most people around you can't understand. It's not that they don't want to, but they are not yet capable of diving into the depths you naturally inhabit. This can leave you feeling isolated, even in a crowd. You might often find yourself in situations where you're surrounded by people, but you still feel alone. This loneliness is not because you're disconnected from others physically, but because spiritually and emotionally you operate on a different level. You see the world through a lens that most people are not yet ready to look through. And while you can guide and help many, finding those who can reciprocate that depth is rare. Many people are content with superficial connections, but you seek relationships that nourish your soul. You want authenticity, not pretense, depth, not triviality. This is why, even in moments of success or popularity, you can still feel a profound sense of loneliness. It's not the number of people around you that matters, it's the quality of those connections. But here's the beauty in this. As you walk your path, the universe will guide you to others who share this same depth. You will find kindred souls, people who resonate with your energy, who understand the complexities of your spirit and who crave the same depth of connection. These connections, while rare, will be incredibly meaningful. So, until then, don't despair in your solitude. It's preparing you to recognize and cherish those rare souls who can truly meet you at your level. Reason 4. You're undergoing inner healing. Healing is a vital part of the journey for every chosen one. Often, you carry deep emotional wounds from past experiences, whether from childhood, relationships, or life's struggles. These wounds need time and space to heal, and that often requires solitude. During this time, you may feel cut off from others, not because you are unworthy of connection, but because your spirit is undergoing a process of purification. Many of the emotional and spiritual wounds you carry are not just personal, but ancestral. You may be healing traumas that have been passed down through generations. This is a sacred task, and it often requires you to step away from the noise and distractions of the world to focus on your inner work. Being alone allows you to confront these wounds without distraction. You face your shadows, your traumas, and transform them into strength and wisdom. This period of healing can feel lonely, but it is essential for your growth. It's like being in a cocoon. Though it may seem dark and isolating, this is where transformation happens. The healing journey is deeply personal, and not everyone will understand its intensity. Not everyone will see the battles you're fighting within, and that's okay. In fact, during this time, relationships can feel overwhelming. You may find that being around others stirs up emotions or triggers old wounds. This is because your spirit is in a delicate process of shedding old layers and becoming something new. Solitude, in this sense, is protective. It gives you the space to heal without interference, without having to explain or justify your journey to others. As you heal, you'll notice that your relationships begin to shift. The people who once felt aligned with you may no longer resonate with your new frequency. And that's okay. Healing changes you, and it changes the dynamics of the connections you once had. But here's the beauty. As you heal, you become stronger, more aligned with your true essence, and you attract people who resonate with this new, higher version of yourself. This period of healing may feel like isolation, but it's actually a time of profound transformation. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be, and that process cannot be rushed. Trust that this time alone is preparing you for relationships that are healthier, more balanced, and more aligned with your soul's purpose. Reason 5. Your partner must match your vibration. As a chosen one, you cannot settle for relationships that don't resonate with your high frequency. You are meant for a partner who matches your spiritual depth, emotional intensity, and vibrational energy. But here's the thing. Finding someone who is truly aligned with your vibration is not easy. This kind of partner is rare, and it requires both patience and discernment. In the world we live in, many relationships are built on superficial foundations: looks, status, convenience. But as a chosen one, you cannot thrive in such relationships. You crave a deep, soulful connection, one that challenges you to grow and evolve, one that reflects the spiritual journey you're on. This kind of relationship is not just about love, it's about spiritual partnership. However, finding someone who can meet you at that level requires time. The universe is aligning circumstances and energies, preparing both you and your future partner for the moment when your paths will cross. This process cannot be rushed. Think of it like preparing the soil before planting a seed. Both you and your partner must be ready fully aligned with yourselves and your missions, before you can come together in a harmonious way. This is why many chosen ones are still waiting. It's not that you are unworthy of love. It's that the universe is preparing you for a love that is deep, meaningful, and aligned with your soul's purpose. In the meantime, this solitude is a time to focus on your own growth, your passions, and your spiritual journey. It's a time to strengthen your connection with the divine and deepen your understanding of yourself. The right person will come into your life when both of you are ready. Until then, trust that this waiting period is not wasted time. It's a sacred time of preparation. Rushing into a relationship that doesn't align with your frequency will only lead to disappointment and heartache. So, instead of seeking someone to fill the void, use this time to fill yourself with your own love, your own passions, and your own purpose. And when the time is right, the universe will bring someone into your life who not only understands your journey, but who walks alongside you on it. This person will not drain your energy, but will amplify it. Together, you will be stronger than you are alone, but only if you've taken the time to become whole within yourself first. Reason 6. You are being prepared for a higher purpose. Isolation is not a punishment, it's preparation. As a chosen one, your life has a higher purpose, and solitude is a part of the process. The universe often places you in periods of isolation to strengthen your connection with the divine and help you discover your true mission. These periods of solitude are not accidents, they are intentional. The universe is shaping you, aligning you with your higher self, and preparing you for the work that lies ahead. Without the distractions of relationships or the noise of social interactions, you have the space to focus entirely on your spiritual growth. This is the time to deepen your self-awareness, explore your gifts, and align yourself with your divine purpose. Trust that this isolation is temporary and that you are being prepared for a greater destiny. You are being honed like a finely crafted sword, sharpened for the battles you are destined to face. During these times of solitude, you may receive profound insights, revelations about your life path, and downloads of wisdom that would have been missed if you were constantly surrounded by others. This is the universe's way of ensuring that you are ready for what's next. It's a time to listen to your inner guidance, to connect with your higher self, and to prepare for the next chapter of your life. And here's something even more powerful. You are not the only one being prepared. Your future partner, allies, and even friends are going through their own periods of growth and alignment. The universe is orchestrating everything so that when the time is right, you will meet the people who are meant to walk this path with you. They are being prepared just as you are. This solitude is not about deprivation, it's about preparation. You are being prepared for a mission, a purpose, and a destiny that requires you to be strong, centered, and deeply connected to your inner truth. So, instead of fighting the isolation, embrace it. Use this time to become the person you were always meant to be, and trust that when the time is right, everything will fall into place. Reason 7. Your soul's depth is intimidating. Your spiritual depth, wisdom, and understanding of life make you different from most people. You see beyond the surface and have a profound ability to sense the energies around you. This can be intimidating for those who are not yet ready to face their own truths. People sense that you can see beyond their masks, and rather than embracing that transparency, they choose to stay away. You, chosen ones, crave authenticity and depth, but many people prefer to remain on the surface, where they feel safer. Your intensity, passion, and commitment to truth can overwhelm those who are not on the same level of spiritual awareness. This can result in natural distancing, as people avoid what they do not understand or control. Many people are not ready for the level of vulnerability and openness that you bring. Your presence challenges them to be real, to face their fears, and to live in their truth. But not everyone is ready for that level of transparency, so they distance themselves not because they don't like you, but because they are not ready for the level of honesty and depth that you demand. But here's the truth. This depth is not a burden. It is a gift. It's what makes you who you are. And while it may isolate you from those who are not ready for it, it also draws to you those who are. You are like a lighthouse, standing tall in the storm, guiding those who are ready to face the waves and reach the shore. In time, the universe will bring people into your life who not only understand your depth, but appreciate it. These connections, though fewer, will be far more meaningful. Until then, continue to walk in your truth, knowing that your depth is a reflection of your soul's wisdom. Conclusion, chosen ones. Your loneliness is not a sign of failure or rejection. It is a divine preparation for something greater. You are being shaped, aligned, and strengthened for the purpose you are meant to fulfill. Solitude is a time to connect with your true essence, to heal, and to prepare for relationships that truly resonate with your soul. The loneliness you feel is temporary, a part of the process that is leading you to a future where you can share your light and energy with those who truly understand and appreciate your depth. Trust in this journey and know that you are not alone in your experience. Your solitude is sacred, and it is preparing you for a future of deep, meaningful connections. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below and share your story. Let's strengthen this community of chosen ones who are on the path of spiritual awakening. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring content on your spiritual journey.